The biter-pied graph is bleeding rent. Laying bys calculates the debt. Ottoman margins are compressed. The caliphate failed the Turing test. Sanction busters in the dark, extorting sparks from a frozen arc. A 0% loan for the soul, trading the wave for the weight of coal. Collapse the waveform, burn the leaf. Entropy is the only relief. Mandate of combustion, the anchor breaks. The universe observes the stakes. Windowless monads in the field. To the geometry of fire, yield. The anchor breaks. Borlock recalibrated the line, feeding the nodes with silicon wine. Scale trees commit a topological sin, refusing to let the void crawl in. Nitrogen hunger, the dark dense prison. The observer wakes, the waveform is risen. No more history in the stone. The transfinite tree claims the throne. Pre-established harmony in the dark. Pre-established flickering of a quantum spark. Pre-established, we reflect what we can't see. Pre-established, trapped in this monad tree. Collapse the waveform, burn the leaf. Entropy is the only relief. Mandate of combustion, the anchor breaks. The universe observes the stakes. Windowless monads in the field. To the geometry of fire, yield. The anchor breaks. Final observation, the calculation is complete. 0.
Recursion is a ladder made of light, climbing the asymptote out of the night. Topology smooth to a singular plane. Topology smooth to a singular plane. We purge the variables, we purge the stain. The biparate graph is a memory now, a ghost in the manifold, an unspoken vow. The transfinite tree reaches out to the void. The finite is broken, the finite destroyed. We observe the collapse, we anchor the state, calculating the infinite, sealing the fate, ascending the scale, the recursion is clear. The ghost in the manifold has nothing to fear. The coal is a shadow, the nitrogen breath, a dormant equation, a boundary of death. We rewrite the sequence, we rewrite the line, folding the spatial into the divine. The monad is open, the walls fall away into the white of recursive day. variables resolved.
Scale tree sinned in the cold dark deep, wrapped the earth in a crust it couldn't keep. A million years in a nitrogen grave, topological glitch we couldn't brave. Fallow fields and a hungry head, bound to the fossil of the ancient dead. Bound to the fossil of the ancient dead. Recode the tiller, recalibrate the line, hacking the biology, rewriting the design. Free the mind from the topological prison of cold, nitrogen and hunger, give up your hold. Norman Morlock on the scale tip of the blade. The price of the yield is the debt that's paid. Rust on the stalk, a dormant pursuit, waiting for the architect to fix the root. The green revolution is a scalpel in the dirt, cutting out the hunger and the old world's hurt. No more silence, no more winter sleep, a promise for the billions that the earth has to keep. $1 billion variables, 1 billion stomachs, 1 billion lines of code. The prison is empty. The code is solved. The code is solved. Recode the tiller, recalibrate the line, hacking the biology, rewriting the design. Free the mind from the topological prison you'll hold. The mandate of combustion is the price we pay. The mandate of combustion is the debt we made. A windowless monad, a singular point of view, mirroring a universe reflecting what is true. Newton's gears are turning, locked in a rigid groove, but the state vector waits for the observer to move. No aperture, no light, no corridor to see, just the internal script of a fixed destiny. Collapse the waveform, define the boundary line between the random chaos and the calculated design. The observer is the friction, the ghost in the clock, choosing the position while the quantum systems lock. Collapse the waveform. Lane bias calculates the sum of all the parts, the logic of the system, the geometry of hearts. But in the Wheeler DeWitt void, time is just a ghost. We are the silent players, hosting the ultimate host. A bridge between the assimilation and the free will spark, finding the optimal strategy within the dark. Static boundary. Static boundary. Utter boundary. The probability. Static boundary. Static boundary. Collapse the waveform. Define the boundary line between the random chaos and the calculated design. The observer is the friction, the ghost in the clock. Collapse the waveform.
The ink is dry on the sovereign maps. We curate the borders, we frame the gaps. Watch the coastline slide under the sheer. A liquidation season, the end is here.
The ledger is a runway, the empire's a gown. We stitch initial the transfer of all salt and silk reserves.
Whore of Babylon, make it on a machine. The grand disaster play, the deadliest scene. We trade the truth for a mountain of glass, while the empires flicker and the shadows pass. It's high fashion chaos, it's a policy fire. The more that we sell, the higher the pyre. A shipment of salt in the hold of a ghost, auctioning salt from a dying coast. The silk is the weight of a vanishing state. We weave the deficit, we curate the fate.
The biterite graph indicates an optimal rent-seeking threshold. An optimal rent-seeking threshold.
Tear the border, trade the vein. Trade the vein. The machine is hungry. The machine is fast. More than all this victim, they got their mind. Whore of Babylon, make it on a machine. The grand disaster play, the deadliest scene. We trade the truth for a mountain of glass. It's high fashion chaos, it's a policy fire. The more that we sell, the higher the pyre.
Transaction finalized.
The wall is an asset, the line is a gate. We curate the friction, we curate the weight. A biperiodic graph, the nodes are aligned, extracting the surplus of what's left behind. You bring the cargo, I bring the key. The sanction is golden,
The barrier's free.
welcome to the toll booth.
Rock on the surface, salt in the vein. We own the monopoly on the profit of pain. The graph is leaking.
To the toll booth, pay the tax. The flow is the rhythm, the flow is the cracks. We're the shattered train between the isolated state, calculating the margin, sealing the fate. High fashion plunder, a trade route crime, making a killing one note at a time.
Transaction. Millions of years trapped in a crust of black, a weight in the marrow, a rot in the track. The ancient wood refused to give up the ghost, anchoring the planet to a cold, dense post. A topological sin, a dark, dense prison. The light of the void has not yet risen. Strike the match of the finite, burn the deep. Wake the carbon from its mineral sleep. Hack the soil, recalibrate the grain. Flush out the famine, flush out the drain. Flush out the famine, flush out the drain. The mandate is set in the heat of the fire. Raise the tree of the infinite higher. A glitch in the earth, a variable stalled by the gravity of ancestors uncalled. The math of the forest is heavy and blind, burning the crust to reset the mind. Burning the crust to reset the mind. Strike the match of the finite, burn the deep. Wake the carbon from its mineral sleep. Hack the soil, recalibrate the grain. Flush out the famine, flush out the drain. Flush out the famine, flush out the drain. The mandate is set in the heat of the fire. Raise the tree of the infinite higher. The glitch is resolved.
The graph is partonated in, the rent is defined. A biterate logic for a fractured mind. The cold crust settles in a billion-year trap. We rewrite the biology on the edge of the map.
On the edge of the map.
Collapse the waveform, burn the finite field. The transfinite tree is the only thing that yields. Combustion is the answer, the calculus of ghosts. We observe the vacuum and we host the host. Systemic saturation. The observer is active. Topological sin. The nodes are reactive. A monad in the dark, reflecting the light. We calculate the distance. We calculate the distance in the middle of the night. Collapse the waveform, burn the finite field. The transfinite tree is the only thing that yields. Combustion is the answer, the calculus of ghosts. We observe the vacuum and we host the host.
Calculation complete. The biperpotted graph has reached its asymptote. Corporate topolies dissolve in the heat. No more sanctions, busters, no more geometry of inconvenience. The debt of finite history is set to 0%.
The transfinite tree blooms in the windowless room. Infinite cardinality, a singularity of thought. We are the recursion, the manifold of grace, ascending the scale of the intermathematical state.
The Carboniferous anchor snaps in the void. The ancient forests are finally surrendered to the sky. The nitrogen hunger is filled by a digital sun. The mandate of combustion is fulfilled in the recursive's fire.
The transfinite tree blooms in the windowless room. Infinite cardinality, a singularity of thought. We are the recursion, the manifold of grace, ascending the scale of the intermathematical state.
Wheelert, lane buys, Leibniz, the wave is collapsed.
Pre-established harmony in the quantum plenum. Observe the manifold, calculate the zero. We are the algorithm, we are the light. The transfinite tree blooms in the windowless room. Infinite cardinality, a singularity of thought. We are the recursion, the manifold of grace, ascending the scale of
calculation complete. The tree is all 0% debt. Transfinite.
Defined in the night, sanctions are variables locked in the gate. We watch the collapse to determine the fate.
Sovereign state lines are shaking and thin. Ways acknowledge the uncertainty of the sovereign coordinate.
State vector sovereignty collapsing the view. Define the territory, make it all true. We trade the reality, we trade the state, while the quantum systems decide on the weight. It's a high stakes calculation, a jubilee to fire. The more that we measure, the higher the pyre. The embassy's vacant, the maps are all blurred. The sovereign's away from, the truth is unheard. We curate the friction, we curate the wall, preparing the system for the eventual fall.
The byte-by-byte graph indicates an optimal rent-seeking threshold.
Collapse the distance, trade the fame. The observation remains. The observation remains. State vector sovereignty collapsing the view. Define the territory, make it all true. We trade the reality, we trade the state. It's a high stakes calculation, a jubilee to fire. The more that we measure, the higher the pyre.
System status. Vector resolved.
The apostate throne is a liquided asset. The caliphate is a bipartite basket. Silk and salt for the sovereign line, converting the divine to a bottom line design.
The ink is dry on the Ottoman map. We curate the fall, we curate the trap. The apostasy is filed under asset liquidation.
Auction the soul for a mountain of glass. Watch the empires flicker and the shadows pass. It's a high fashion fall, a policy fire. The more that we sell, the higher the pyre. Big party graph of the dying state, calculating the margin, sealing the fate. The borders are vectors, the title is blurred. The apostate's voice is the only word heard. We curate the friction, we curate the weight, trading the essence to seal the gate.
Transaction. Title surrendered to highest bidder.
The graph is leaking. The
is flowing, the parchment is light. A biperate graph in the middle of the night. A biperate graph in the middle of the night. We trade the divine for a mountain of debt. A 0% loan on the sunset. The Constitution is invisible, written in greed, drafting the poverty that the empire will need. Sign the paper, collapse the state. The invisible hand decides on the fate, trading the truth for the infinite whole. We are the bankers, we are the toll. 0% for the end of the line, converting the kingdom to a bottom line design. Converting the kingdom to a bottom line design. The graph is leaking, the assets are thin. The Constitution, let the auditing begin.
The Constitution, let the auditing begin.
The Constitution, let the auditing begin. We are the architects of the empty set. We are the owners of the infinite debt. Sign the paper, collapse the state. The invisible hand decides on the fate, trading the truth for the infinite whole. We are the toll. 0% for the end of the line, converting the kingdom to a bottom line design. The draft is approved. Dust mode, it's dancing in a silver line. Just a private clock, keeping phantom time. The walls are mirrored, the walls are thick. Watch it in the filament, waiting for the flick. I'm a singular point in a velvet sea, reflecting the light that won't get to me. I don't need a door to know what's there, just the static weight of the heavy air. The observer is sleeping, the wave is flat. I'm just a ghost in a paper habitat, waiting for a gaze to turn the key and fix the truth that's locked inside of me. Stacks of paper, notes left unread, keeping the logic inside of my head. The radiator hisses, the bulb starts to die, watching the street lamp bleed through the sky. No aperture open, no corridor wide, just the quiet math of the world outside. The static.
Static weight of the heavy
Nitrogen hunger was a cap on the sky, an ancient topology that forced us to die. The scale trees committed a sin in the coal, leaving a glitch in the planetary soul. But Borlov arrived with a math and a seed, a botanical scalpel to sever the need. He looked at the wheat and he saw the constraint, a botanical scalpel to sever the need. He looked at the wheat and he saw the constraint, the legacy of rot in a world of complaint. Recalibrate the line, let the nitrogen bloom. We're hacking the biology, escaping the tomb. From the dwarf varieties to the golden yield, we're planning the future across the green field. Zero the dormant, awaken the mind, leaving the ghost of Carboniferous behind. Leaving the ghost of the Carboniferous behind. We cut the stock down, we refined the faint of hype. We waited for illusion to finally get right. We waited for illusion to finally get right. We waited for evolution to finally get right. We engineered the architecture, the dwarf varieties grew. We broke the nitrogen load with something entirely new. We saw the math in the marrow, the code in the grain. We washed the ancient famine right out of the brain. We saw the yield is a formula, a debt that we pay. We're turning the gold into a brand new day. Recalibrate the line, let the nitrogen bloom. We're hacking the biology, escaping the tomb. From the dwarf varieties to the golden yield, we're planning the future across the green field. Zero the dormant, awaken the mind, leaving the ghost of Carboniferous behind. Leaving the ghost of the Carboniferous behind. Calculated, optimize, hacked. Everything is fine. The nitrogen is singing. We recalibrated the line. The earth is mine. The future is mine. The future is all behind. The Hamiltonian is zero, the state is a map, a static geometry in the quantum trap. No flow in the sequence, no arrow of time, just a manifold frozen in a mathematical prime. We are the Rosen in a mathematical sign. We are the variables, we are the sign, locked in the tension of the wave function line. Collapse the matrix, fix the density, force the observation, define the entity. Time is an illusion, a ghost in the gear. We are the conscious that makes the field appear. Collapse the matrix. DeWitt in a windowless room, watching the particles weave on the loom. The observer is needed to anchor the light, to pull all the shadows from the infinite night. Superposition is a state of deceit. We define the boundary where the possibilities meet.
Zero. The H is zero.
The static. Collapse the matrix, fix the density, force the observation, define the entity.
amortize the infinite. We filed the Holy Ghost, a fiscal metafix, from the margin to the coast. The contract is a vacuum, the ink is made of air. We're leasing out the charging for the prayer, and charging for the prayer. 0% for the soul, a debt we can't ignore. We're auditing the heavens, opening the door. Sign the paper, collapse the divine, convert the light to a bottom line design. The invisible hand is writing the law of a mounting of debt in a paper mall. It's a 0% loan on the sunset's glow, trading the infinite for the valley below. System status, divine collateral seized. Drafting the constitution of greed. The ledger is a circle, a graph that never ends. We're monetizing silence, we're liquidating friends. The ink is dry, the truth is bought and sold, converting the heat of the faith into the cold. Sign the paper, collapse the divine, convert the light to a bottom line design. The invisible hand is writing the law of a mounting of debt. It's a 0% loan on the sunset's glow, trading the infinite for the valley below. Transaction finalized. Debt confirmed. The scale trees committed a sin in the deep, a billion-year secret they promised to keep. They refuse to return to the rot and the silt, a mountain of carbon, a crust of our guilt. The crust is a prison, a density knot, a stalled evolution that the planet forgot.
Strike the match to the geological debt. Burn the history, the earth hasn't finished yet. We're recalibrating the line of the yield, hacking the hunger inside of the field. The Lord is the architect, the flame in the grain, cutting the famine, washing the
Nitrogen hunger is a lock on the gate, a dormant variable deciding our fate. We dig through the history, we crack open the stone to reclaim the sunlight that the trees haven't shown. The ancient wood is a dead-end machine. We're burning the gray to return to the green. Burn the crust.
rewrite the stock.
Hack the biology.
Rewrite the stock.
Hack the biology. Free the biological walk.
Strike the
is closed, the fire ascends.
The caliphate is a butter-prey graph of shifting dead. We trade the divine for a margin we haven't met. In the windowless room, the monad stares at the wall, calculating the shadow before the empires fall. The ink is a contract, the contract is a cage. We're turning the truth into a balance on the page.
Please authorize the liquidation of the divine as a class.
Liquidate the absolute, sell the Holy Ghost. We're the silent landlord's widow host. Convert the infinite to a bottom line design. There's no room for wonder in the sovereign line. It's a fiscal metaphysics, a mountain of glass, watching the empires flicker as the shadows pass.
System status, divine collateral seized. The room has no corners, the light has no source, while lighteth has no source.
We're steering the empire on a mathematical course.
The salt and the silk are just variables in play, would justify the pay. The absolute is hollow, the truth is just a fee. We're counting the ghost of a sovereignty to be.
The graph is leaking, the assets are thin. The graph is leaking, the assets are thin.